Attention gamers. Lately I've been seeing everyone and their fat Aunt Becky making guides around the top quote-unquote pay-to-win skins, claiming things like Riot themselves have banned certain skins in pro play because they give too much of an advantage. And while this fantasy list is about as easy to find as the record of names that attended Epstein Island, there is speculation that some ex-Riot bozo who got replaced with this baldy leaked an unofficial list. But this could all be some marketing ploy by Riot to get you to spend more doll hairs, so today I figured I would take one for the team by spending my hard-earned Raid Shadow Legends FU money to test these out for you and report back. The first win with your wallet skin is this $20 Space Groove Blitzcrank, because according to this 180p video shot on a 1980 Nokia phone, your taunt with this skin looks like the beginning of a blitz pull animation, and even though my sussy radar is going off saying these clips are staged, I was gonna source a cha-ching from my bank account to try it out for you. I start off with an invade thinking I'm not gonna pull shit but rather hit some fake outs and get some flashes, but the first one against a not paid actor didn't phase her. And let's just say the early game emote attempts didn't work like they did on TV. But 3 minutes into the game, when Band-Aid Boy 5th commander of the gauze-ridden shit midget battalion came in for a gank, I went over to line up a fat fake and bam, call me the kid who didn't believe the Pepsi bottle was shaken because I was over here cream pied in soda while Vayne was in base. That said, unfortunately that one play was all my $20 bought me. I took a trip up north to make mid look like a highway with a dead deer on the side, only for the damn emote to not even work. Every time I thought I was gonna make them dance like puppets, it was just a whole lot of. I figured I needed to actually send some real hooks, pepper them in PTSD for the fakes to force flashes, but unfortunately I was looking at my mini-map about as much as an average Twitch viewer is looking at the actual gameplay on any and Maranth gaming stream. My mid laner thought I was trolling while everyone else was onto my trick. Half the time the emote wouldn't even work before showing my kitty in the wrong damn direction, and so the bottom line on this one is please don't waste your money on this shit, because outside of maybe one lucky play early, it'll just have you playing like a moron. The next one is Elderwood Bard, because his Q apparently has a hitbox that looks like it went on a diet, but deep down it's still the same fat ass it always was, so I came in game 2 meeps a-blazing, not understanding that the wall needs to be the second thing it hits, but I don't experience failure, I just experience opportunities to learn. Which is something someone who actually succeeds in life would say, but me, I just did something that got my fat colorful ass killed, with the silver lining being it made my cat super positive.
20 minutes later.
Anyways, I did manage to show off why this skin is apparently pay to win by landing a missed skill shot, but my team rotated about as well as a square wheel, so every time I came down for a gank, it was just like I was attending a failure festival instead. Yeah, we lost that, and I'm putting Elderwood Bard in the save your money not worth category. But speaking of saving your money on skins, you see, with Hextech Store, the sponsor of today's video, you can get a huge variety of League items at insanely cheap prices. Too good to be true is what me and hundreds of others have thought, and if you check their Trustpilot ratings you'll see that everyone who has tried it now practically brings it up on first dates. They gave me a bunch of capsules to do a grand opening in a future video, and I said nah, double it and give it to the next guy, but they said how about we give an additional 5% off to everyone who uses code ROV, and I said bet, so use my link below to check out their site and join their Discord for a big giveaway event starting soon. Okay, so Steel Legion Lux is the first skin that winning actually came after paying, but not without some challenges, because let's just say this Samira wasn't the first girl in class to raise her hand as she just loiters around the enemy level 2 advantage, but my skin makes my cues hard to see, not that this Jin was even looking as Sam dashes deeper into danger, and by the grace of the Riot gods we managed to pull an even trade. Then, not to give you deja vu, my ADC just loved poking the bear that was named Leona and given a kit that makes me gag, but the counting Dracula doesn't learn lessons, and this time the playing field was even and not littered with Samira's brain cells, which left Leo in a situation to prove just how pay to win my Q is. And right when I hit 6 I figured I could single-handedly leave their jungler asking for a Prozac prescription if I played my cards right, but it turns out me leaving lane triggered something in this Sammy's peanut-sized skull as she found herself screen colorless, straight clueless, with nothing left to do but ping me for her own inability to utilize her eyeballs. Turns out we do have another run-in with Nicotine Nikolai, and I was fortunate enough to be in range of the old titty laser, which gets him killed but pisses off the man-child playing this stun-happy hoe bag. That said, I'm down to fight despite Samira being stuck in base trying to remember how to tie her shoes before she can leave, but it's cool because the pink-haired Thanos fangirl woke up today feeling punchy and all I had to do was fire a deceptively thick hitbox Q to kill the counter and to leave the sun slut in a situation where we could both shit on her face and totally not both die right after. But good supports look at a brain-dead incompetent monkey of an ADC and flame them, while great supports realize they are the perfect bait into the enemy, thinking it's another 2v1. And well boys, today we were a great goddamn support, as Samira was now diarrhea shrapnel status and Leo was donating me a Dark Harvey stack before dying. Then I decide to roam more than a T-Mobile data plan because Mafia Man and his little piss pump can typically be found in the northern parts of the forest here, and I've gotta say, hand me a crystal ball and let me tell you some bullshit about your astrological sign and what it means about the shape of your vagina, because I was on point with these predictions. Oh, and then I stuck around to do God's work by slaying the devil right after. Side note, Samira shocked the world by dying while I was gone. But here's the thing, I was on a Lux skin that is apparently pay to win because her skill shots are hard to see depending on your PC's graphics capabilities, and if that was the case, this Jin was playing on a 1980s toaster with a diabetic hamster powering that shit because he was deep throating these E's back to back until I put him in base. We head mid because Ginger Tits is starting to win from her spins, and I guess the game is punishing me for missing a Q because how the hell did this E not hit? But it doesn't matter because I gave her a new meaning of fire crotch to leave the scene with. Then I wanted a plate, but Vi wanted a middle-aged dad-botted Italian man, so I showed her that on Lux you can have your cake and eat it too. But straight back bot was the plan, knowing that dumb death Spamira was about to give them an encore, and this time I would be here to light them up and save her life. And then, since Rift Alexa oh so elegantly announced that I was responsible for the double homicide that just went down, I figured I would flash to make it a hat trick, only to lose the credit to some pink-haired ninny muggins with big gloves. I head back mid because I don't want that knife sales lady suckering Icy Ivy into making any purchases, and credit to this cat, she tried, but a legendary Lux who whipped out the wallet before the game is a force to be reckoned with. Quick update on Samira. But here's the thing, I knew Graves would be running toward Gromp like it was a 7-Eleven with Marlboro in stock, so another point in the prediction column for this big-titted blonde. Full disclosure, I was gonna go put the 4 whore in Fountain, but Leo was under the impression that sticking herself to me like a clingy girlfriend would stop me from killing an ADC. Must be a new player. And then I don't know what she was thinking at this point. I had 2 levels on her, 12 kills, way more virgin gamers jerking their soft little wieners off to me in their mom's basement, and just because I missed one little laser she thought she was gonna get away. Well, I had news for her because I know a detour to where she was headed. But I don't like unfinished business, so I went back for a river rendezvous only to run into lanky Lucifer, so I tied him up, took a few steps back to the 3-point line, and then whiffed the shit out of an ult, which turned into me dancing around like I have fire ants up my hoo-ha, but thanks to a floating female sheet of ice I survived. At this point I was using the fact that my Samira was born with an undeniable tendency to be an overextended dumb shit to my advantage by posting up like a Bloons tower defense turret in anticipation for the next wave of NPCs to come out and get nuked with 2 spells. Then I start running back, but my spider senses are tingling because I know there's a dagger douche en route trying to cordially invite me to the Katarina wine mixer, but patience is the name, and letting others do all the work before firing a single spell to steal the kill is the game. So at this point she may have gotten fed early, but I was on what I would call a pay-to-win champion in general, so she couldn't even attend the fucking Katarina wine mixer herself, which was a good time. A bunch of people got blacked out, I was so wasted I fired an E in the wrong direction before dancing by it, and then everyone called it quits. So there you have it, I paid and I did indeed win, but I wouldn't exactly say it was pay to win. So to date the only skin that's truly pay to win in my opinion is Project Ash, because of this super duper deceptive ult hitbox. Unless it's a Viego, because you aren't winning shit against that. Oh, Viego isn't OP? What about a legendary Scion, is that OP? No, okay, what about a legendary Varus? Yeah, I didn't think so either, but Cat is definitely OP, and come to think of it, I'm with that bozo who is butthurt about this baldy taking his job too. Rav out.